I am Stacy Cook, and tonight we're going to share a little bit about how we use essential oils, why we use essential oils, and all the different things you can do with them. Just to give you a little bit of background for me, first of all, can you guys hear me okay? Yeah, I was worried about my earphones. Um, just to give you a little background on myself, how I got started using essential oils was about almost 7 years ago now. I At the time, I was pregnant when I first started researching oils, and it was the first time in my life really that I was paying attention to the things I was putting on my body. For a long time, I had been very focused on dialing in my diet and the things I was eating. So I was really focused on whole foods and all of that, but I was not thinking at all about the skincare products I was putting on my body, the cleaning products I was bringing into my house. Any of that stuff was just really off my radar until I was pregnant. And then at that point, I started reading a lot of mom blogs and started really freaking out about all the things and started reading my labels. So honestly, I was just exhausted from standing in the aisles of Target and feeling kind of at my wits' end that I could not find any products that were really clean labeled, that didn't have synthetic fragrance in them. They didn't have phthalates or parabens or sodium lauryl sulfate or all of those things that are endocrine system disruptors, potential carcinogens, all that garbage that's allowed in our personal care products. It's really hard to find things that don't have it on the shelves of conventional stores like Target or Walgreens or whatever. So that's really what kind of shifted my thinking and made me think I really just wanted to make some of my own stuff. So I just wanted to DIY some body butter, some facial serum, and call it a day. So I went online and I started doing some research. I actually found Tracy's blog. She had all these awesome DIY recipes, and she had this set of essential oils, and I dug in a bit and done some research on essential oils, and I knew that Young Living was the brand I wanted to go with because of how long they've been around and their reputation and their quality. So I just got my little kit of oils and I started making some DIY goodies. Totally love the facial serum and the body butter I made, and they worked really well, and I felt really good about it because it wasn't toxic garbage ingredients. Um, and that was all great. But then I had gotten plugged into the education group for that Tracy had, all about how to use essential oils in different ways. And I actually had no idea that you could use essential oils to support your immune system and your digestive system and your respiratory system. And there were all these different ways that we could use our oils that were so relevant to my family at the time, because by this time I had a newborn. We needed help with sleep, all sorts of things. So we really just dove in and started using our oils in all these different ways. And they became my family's first line of defense for our health and our wellness. And it is what we reach for when we need support in really any way. So that's kind of how we got started using oils. So the question is, what exactly are essential oils, right? So essential oils, they are the essences of plants, shrubs, trees, resins, flower petals, and they are steam distilled. So it is truly just the essence of those plants. They're pure. They're this was so one way I like to describe them is something we learned. I've been able to visit a couple of Young Living's farms, and one of them was in Idaho, and it was during the winter harvest of the Idaho balsam fir trees. I was actually there with Tracy. And the way that one of the farm managers described it is that so the essential oil, the reason they like harvest in the winter is because in the winter, the trees are full of essential oil. And that essential oil is that tree's defense mechanism. So it is keeping it strong from the wind and the snow and making sure it doesn't like fall over. And then, so it's full of oil in the winter. In the spring, it starts to release those oils to help keep the tree safe from pests and bugs that might want to, set up house, and it protects them that way. So those essential oils, they're just very much the defense mechanism of those plants, and they can give us some of those same benefits too. So we can use them in a lot of different ways. And the way you use your oil is probably going to depend on what you're using it for. So we can use our oils in three main ways. We can use them aromatically and topically and internally. When we use our oils aromatically, we can just take, a drop of oil in your palm. You can rub them together and smell it that way. I do that all day long, basically grabbing oils around my house off the shelves, counters. Or we can diffuse them. So uh, this is an example of a diffuser. And they're very simple to use. There's a little water reservoir in there. You fill with water, put in a few drops of essential oil, plug it in, turn it on, and that diffuses. And then when those scent molecules, we inhale them, they hit our olfactory nerve that goes straight to the limbic part of our brain, which affects our moods and emotions. So we can really get a lot of emotional support benefits from diffusing our oils. That's something we do in our house all the time. When we use our oils topically, you can put your oils on directly on your skin. Some oils you're going to dilute with what we call a carrier oil. And a carrier oil is any fatty oil. So that's like a seed oil. So it could be like almond oil or coconut oil or grapeseed oil. So it's one of those like fatty, something you might think of as like a cooking oil. And that helps to dilute the oil. It helps you to get better coverage. So like you could put like one little drop of oil and not going to go very far. But if you add some carrier oil, you're going to get better coverage. You're going to stretch your oils. You're going to get more out of them. And especially some of the oils, one of our favorite blends, it has spicy oils in it like cinnamon and clove, where if you put that directly on your skin, you're like, ooh, that's a little warm. But if you dilute it with a carrier oil, it really kind of mellows it out. So when we use oils topically, typically you're going to dilute them with a carrier oil. Some are really mild, like lavender, and you can just douse your whole body in that without a carrier oil, and you'll be just fine. So we can use our oils aromatically, topically, and then we can also use them internally. So just to be clear, when I'm talking about using oils internally, I'm only talking about Young Living oils because of their quality and their purity. There's no way that I would ever recommend you use an oil internally that you bought at Walmart or TJ Maxx or the health food store, because you just don't know what's in it. The labeling laws when it comes to essential oils are very loose, so you really need to know your essential oil farmer. Tracy's going to talk more about that, but quality is key, especially if you're going to be ingesting your oils. So only Young Living. And they make it very easy for us because Young Living puts a white label on oils that we can ingest. So we know that, this is peppermint, for example. You can put a drop of peppermint in your water. You can also make little capsules. I ingest a lot of oils. I love putting oils in my water. It makes me drink more water. But I also ingest some oils just for their wellness benefits. And I make capsules with them. So you can ingest them in different ways. And you can cook with them too. I mean, there are tons of great oils for cooking with. There's, all sorts of different like basil and things like that. So those are the three ways we can use our oils. Now, tonight we're going to talk about a special set of oils that Young Living has put together. It's their premium starter kit. And basically what they've done is taken the 12 most popular oils that cover support for all body systems, put them into a kit, packaged it with a diffuser, and given you the biggest possible discount ever. So it's pretty fabulous. And just to show you a little bit, this is what the kit looks like. And inside, you've got all these oils. And then there's this whole other level of oils and goodies under here. 2 layers. This guy's in here. So then you have a whole another level of stuff and goodies. So that is the kit. It's got, like I said, 12 oils, some extra goodies, and then it includes the diffuser that I showed you. So that is everything included in the kit. And we're going to talk about all of these oils a little bit more. I'm going to give you a rundown on some of my favorites. And the first one is lavender. So this is probably the oil that people are most familiar with, right? So it's the one that I think everyone who gets their kit opens up first, because you probably feel the most confident using it because you've had something lavender, right? You've had some sort of like lavender sleep something. Everyone knows lavender is great for relaxation and calming, and it is. It's also what we call the Swiss Army knife of essential oils because it is good for so many things. If you don't know what oil to use, you just use lavender. It's great for your skin. So any sort of like skin issues you've got going on, scratches, scrapes, blemishes, put lavender on it. You need to get some sleep. You need to relax. Put lavender in your diffuser. Um, we use it, I probably use it the most in the diffuser, in the evening or really in the middle of the day sometimes even, because for me, like the center of our house is the kitchen, right? So I'm always diffusing really calming oils in the kitchen because I want everyone to just like chill out, including the puppy. So we do a lot of lavender in the kitchen, sometimes combined with some other oils. But it's so good for everything. And lavender actually does come as a vitality too. So this oil is one that you can use all three ways. The other one that I want to share with you is frankincense. So frankincense is an oil that a lot of people have heard of, but maybe haven't experimented with or used because we know that, frankincense is mentioned in the Bible many, many times. It's been used for centuries. There's a reason it's been used. It's very powerful. In ancient times, valued more than gold. So it has a lot of really powerful properties. You can Google some of those properties and you'll be amazed at those stories. I'm not going to talk about those stories because I'm not a doctor. But what I will tell you is that frankincense is amazing for your skin. Tracy always likes to say it's like Spanx for your face. And it is like Spanx for your face. So what you can do with frankincense is just add a drop or two to your favorite moisturizer and use it that way. You'll get those benefits. It has like a visible tightening effect, smooth out the wrinkles. I don't know about you, but I'm at that age where I need all the help in that department I can get. Um, Frankincense is also an oil that comes as a vitality too. So it's another one that you can use all three ways. You can diffuse it, you can use it topically, and you can ingest it. Um, I actually find it to be very calming for moments of occasional anxiousness. And I'll put a drop right under my tongue and find that it really helps to just kind of help me feel a little bit more centered and balanced. So lavender, frankincense, I want to share with you one of Young Living's blends. Um, that's one of, I think, the best advantages of the starter kit is that they've put in some of their most popular blends, which are just very unique and very effective. So Panaway is one of those. And the name kind of gives you a clue as to what it's all about. Panaway, it's for those moments of occasional discomfort. Maybe you have been crunched over your laptop all day and you're all tight in your neck and shoulders, or you really hit it hard in the gym and your knees are aching. Whatever occasional discomfort you may have, you want to get Panaway on it. It is so soothing. It's a blend of peppermint and helichrysum and what else is in there? Clove. I'm missing one. Oh, wintergreen, the big one, wintergreen. So wintergreen is super soothing for all that musculoskeletal stuff that you might have going on. My big tip for this one is you definitely want to dilute it because it has the peppermint and the wintergreen. So on the skin, that can feel a little tingly, a little spicy. So dilute it with a carrier oil. You'll get better coverage. It'll go further for you. And also, Panaway is one that I really personally, I think the best way to use it is topically. It's not a vitality. And you can put it in your diffuser because it smells really good, but that is not your biggest bang for buck with Panaway. You definitely want to get it on your body. It's very, very soothing. Similar, so another oil, one of the oils that's in Panaway is peppermint, right? So peppermint is one of my favorite oils. This oil lives in my purse. I brought the other, I thought I had another bottle of it because it's also a good example of an oil that's labeled for both ways because you can use peppermint internally, but you can also use it topically and you can also use it in the diffuser. It's super energizing. So if you need like a kick in the pants in the morning, put some peppermint in your diffuser, put some peppermint in your water, and it'll really help get you energized and going. Also, like if you feel like maybe you're kind of like munchy or you're like craving sweets and stuff, I love to put peppermint in my water and I find that that really helps. Um, It's also the reason I keep it in my purse is because I tend to eat a bit of a low carb diet, which can kind of leave you with bad breath sometimes. So I'm always paranoid about that. So I just have peppermint in my purse to put a drop in my mouth because it's the best breath freshener ever. It's like atomic breath freshener. Um, Take it easy with that if you've never done it before because it's strong. So little drop, little tiny drop. Um, so peppermint, yeah, it's good for so many different things, but that's how I like to use it. And then let me see, a couple more I'm going to share with you, and then I'm going to hand this over to Tracy. But first, I've got to tell you about Valor. So Valor is one of those blends. Valor is probably one of Young Living's most popular blends. One of the oils in Valor was unavailable for well over a year. Blue tansy is one of the oils in the blend. And there was a blue tansy harvest that didn't meet Young Living standards. So they just didn't blend the oil. They didn't blend Valor. So for over a year, there was no Valor. And let me tell you, people flipped out. Like it was ugly. People were like, you need to make another Valor. They made Valor too. And it wasn't even the same. So this thing is like precious to many, many people, myself included. And the reason being is that for me, it's just a really great emotional support oil. It's the one that I reach for when I feel overwhelmed with things going on in my life. I like to wear it as perfume. I put it on my wrists. I'll put it on my neck. Um, it's also really great for kids because, as the name implies, it's designed to also be a little shot of courage. So if you have kiddos that have a hard time getting up the courage to go to school or try something new, or just be in large groups of people, things like that, you can put Valor on them, no problem. So I like to roll this. I like to, your kit comes with a couple of these little roller fitments. It's like a little roller fitment. You can like pop it right on here. So I actually like to turn this into a roller ball and roll it right on my son's spine. So he gets a lot of Valor. So that's one of my favorites. Another that lives in my purse. And one last one I want to share with you is Stress Away. Again, the name gives us a clue as to what it's for, and it is all about taking your stress away. This one is like a vacation in a bottle. It has lime, like a margarita, vanilla, very comforting and warm. It has some lavender and cedarwood. Lavender and cedarwood is this really classic sleep combination, so it's very calming. It also has copaiba, ocotea. It's just a very like, it's kind of like being on a beach. It's like a tropical island blend in my opinion, without being like weird synthetic fragrance blend, you know. And this one I do wear as perfume. It's great just, you know, on your wrists, rubbed into your neck, and very calming. If you like diffuser jewelry, you know, you can like diffuser bracelets or necklaces. Stress Away is really great on your diffuser jewelry too. It just smells really good and also really good in the diffuser. So those are some of the oils in the kit. One thing before I send this over to Tracy that I do need to tell you about is one of the goodies that comes in the bottom of the kit is a couple of packets of Ningxia Red. So Ningxia Red is not an oil, it is an antioxidant drink, and it is infused with essential oils. And it is fabulous. So it is packed with antioxidants. It comes from the wolfberry, which is from the Ningxia province of China. It is similar to the goji berry. So I find most people are more familiar with the goji berry. Wolfberry is the same, it's just grown in a different region. And it is off the charts in terms of antioxidant value. Our bodies need antioxidants because on a daily basis, we are bombarded with free radicals. That causes oxidation in our bodies. Oxidation is the aging process. So the more antioxidants we can, you know, get into our body, the more we can kind of combat that aging process in our cells, which is really, really important. So Ningxia Red is great for that. You just need a shot a day. So This is a 2-ounce packet. That's all you need. They also come in bottles. Like now, I just buy bottles, and the whole family takes a shot of Ningxia Red every morning. And it's also, like I said, infused with essential oils. And essential oils help make some of those nutrients more bioavailable to our bodies, so we actually get those benefits. And it's delicious. It's like berry juice. My 7-year-old drinks it with no problem, and that's saying a lot because he is kind of picky. So he takes his Ningxia Red, no problem. All right. So that is a whole bunch about some of the oils and Ningxia Red, and I am going to pass it over to Tracy now.
Oh my gosh, Stacey, so good. I'm actually drinking my Ningxia Red right now. I just add some water to it. And let me just tell you, in particular, for anybody who's picky, like Stacey said, I think Ningxia Red is so good. But just like I feel like frankincense is Spanx for your face, this is like Spanx for your body. Let me just tell you, like digestion and energy, joint support. It's so good for that. So super excited to be with you tonight. My name is Tracy Black, and I'm going to be talking to you more about some of the other oils and some other cool facts about essential oils. So the way that I got started is I actually wasn't even looking for oils, to be really honest with you, and maybe you can relate to that. My husband had recently been diagnosed with autoimmune issues. And so we were reading food labels, right? Because what we had found out was that gluten, right, was a big trigger for him. And then he had some other food allergies as well. And so we were just like flipping over food labels. Well, you can probably guess where this was going. I started to turn over like the shampoo, the body wash, right? The skincare products. And I was like, what the heck is in this? So just kind of like a good rule of thumb when it comes to food, if you can't pronounce the ingredient that's in the food, it's generally some kind of chemical and you probably shouldn't be eating it. Well, the same kind of goes for your personal care and cleaning products too. I mean, I would just like look at the label and go, gosh, I didn't really even think about the ingredients that were in here. And what was also interesting was that I found that a lot of those same products had been linked to causing all kinds of like side effects and issues, in particular with people who had autoimmune issues. But just to kind of let you know, artificial fragrances, bleach, plug-in air fresheners, all the stuff that we had been using for years and years, gosh, since I was a kid, right? Those have been linked to respiratory issues, asthma, even in people who have never had asthma before. It can actually cause asthma and respiratory issues, allergies, all kinds of things. And so it was a very eye-opening experience for me. And so I got oils, right? Because I was like, all right, let's do this. Let's start eliminating things. Let's kind of like ditch and switch things out. And so I thought the easiest thing I could do was, start with cleaners, because that just seemed like an easy thing I could DIY and do on my own. And it was such a piece of cake. And we used an oil blend that I'll talk about in just a little bit called Thieves. And I remember thinking, wait, that's it? Like a little bit of water, a little bit of Thieves, some Castile soap, like liquid Castile soap. And I'm like, that's it? What's all this other stuff that I'm buying? What's all this other junk that's in there that I can't even pronounce? I didn't understand like how crazy simple it was. And that just really kind of opened the doors, because what I found was, oh my gosh, it was almost like, what else can I replace? What else can I ditch? And we just kind of slowly went around and ditched and switched. And so now when you look under my kitchen sink, before you might see 20 different products, you're basically going to see like 3, like my essential oils, my baking soda, some Castile soap, another awesome product that I love called These Household Cleaner. Like that's basically it. I don't need child locks underneath the kitchen sink anymore. My kids can freely open, and I encourage them to do it so they can go clean for me. So it's just been a very, just an amazing transition to go from that to where we are now. But again, super eye-opening just to kind of turn over labels. So that's kind of how I got started. And once I did, I remember thinking, oh my goodness, like what else, right? And so one of the reasons why I chose Young Living is, I'm going to be honest, I didn't initially choose them. I actually got a bottle of tea tree from Trader Joe's because I love Trader Joe's, right? Like who doesn't love Trader Joe's? And I remember getting my tea tree and opening the bottle and going, wow, tea tree kind of smells like alcohol. Just a little fact, tea tree does not smell like alcohol at all, but I didn't know any better. But then I'm like, oh, okay. But a friend of mine had been using oils, and I'm like, okay, that sounds really interesting. I want to try it. And when I got actual tea tree, I remember comparing the two and being like, this smells totally different. And that's when I started to also look into, how essential oils are made, right? Love Stacy's explanation, but kind of like I wanted to know the ingredients that was in my food and like how two ingredients are not the same, right? Or the same ingredients are not the same. Let's just like a sweetener, right, in a food is not the same thing. Like an artificial sweetener is not the same thing as like raw honey, right? Like we know that. But in the food, it kind of tastes the same, right? And so it's kind of like essential oils, right? Like my Trader Joe's and then my Young Living, I was like, wow, they both provide like a scent. They both help to clean, but these are not the same, right? One was like obviously superior. And that's when I really started to delve in to look into, okay, who is Young Living, what's going on, and I want to know more about this. Well, let me just tell you, Young Living is amazing. They're the OG. So the OG is like old gangster, right? It means that they're the original. They have been in the essential oils business for over 25 years, right? I just want you to think about this. 25 years ago, people using essential oils, it just like boggles my mind. I'm like, gosh, I had no idea. I could have been using these a long time ago. But 25 years, first essential oil company here in the United States, right? Their roots go back to, having farms in France. They have farms now all over the world, which is so telling. Let me just tell you, right, with essential oils, if it's coming from one place, that's just kind of an indication that it's not the best oils out there, because let's be real, botanicals grow all over the world, right? Lavender may grow in one place. The Idaho balsam fir that Stacy was talking about can't grow in a warm climate. It has to be in a really cold environment, right? So what's really cool about Young Living is that they actually own about 20 farms all around the world. I've been very fortunate to visit many of them, almost half of them, everywhere from Ecuador to Spain, to Hawaii, right? We've got 3 here just in the United States. So just knowing like the love and the care that goes into it, I just want you to think about this, right? Like think about your average cleaning product or your average like shampoo or personal care product. Would they ever invite you to come to see how that product is made? I guarantee the bleach companies are not wanting you to come to see how it's made, because when you go into the factory to see like everybody's like in hazmat suits, you're going to like run out the door screaming, right? But when you go to a Young Living farm, like customers are invited to go to the Young Living farms and actually be a part of either the harvest, right, where they harvest the plants to put in the distiller, which I'll talk about in just a minute, or to be a part of the replanting. Like it really is such an amazing experience. Yeah, to get your hands in the dirt, right? To see from soup to nuts exactly how it's made. And what you'll notice is that with Young Living, they have something called a seed to seal guarantee. So what that means is from the seed of the plant that goes into the ground to the seal that goes around the bottle when it's bottled, right? It means that they've been a part of every facet. They're not sending things out to a third-party company. They're not, using, other places to do things for them. Like they do the whole thing from soup to nuts, which is just amazing. And when you go to a farm, you really get to see exactly how it's done. In fact, Stacy and I not only got to harvest the trees, put it in the chipper, put it in a distiller, which is basically like a giant instant pot. That's like my best description, with low pressure, low heat, right? That's how essential oils are made, through the steam, right? They separate the steam from the oil and that's it, right? It is so cool. We got to drive the Bobcat. That's right. But when you get to see how it's made and you're like, oh yeah, this is very different than what's at the store, and who knows what they're putting into it, you can tell like just this one little bottle, right? Like don't let let the size deceive you, because one drop, right, of Young Living essential oil is going to be like the equivalent of like 30 or 40, maybe even more drops of another oil, because other companies use additives, right? Or they don't harvest at peak time for the plant, like Stacy had talked about, or just their, processing is, who knows what they're using. In fact, it's really sad, but some essential oil companies actually use chemical solvents, because what they do is they can extract more oil from the plant. But here's the thing, that can really change the constituents, right? The actual like natural botanical constituents that are in the essential oils. The thing is Young Living has the biggest science library, the biggest research essential oil library, like compared to anywhere in the world, not just in the US, the entire world. So when they bottle it, it was done at the peak of the plant. It's done in a way where the constituents of the plant, right, are exactly where they need to be so that we get the best use possible. So, it's not just we're going to chop down some trees and put it in the steam distiller and just process it. No, it's like a whole science behind it. But the other cool thing is when you're at the farm, you not only see the science, but you see the love and the care that goes into it. Can I just tell you one little quick tidbit with the farm? You have to actually be in a good mood. Okay, I just want to tell you this. The people who are making your shampoo, your cleaning products, even your food, is it a job requirement that they even have to be in a good mood to actually create, right, that product? That's the thing. What they find is that if people are not in a good mood, the oil will not produce, or the plant will not produce as much oil when it's being distilled, which I think is just so fascinating. So again, not just science, but lots of love that goes into every single drop that's in the bottle too. So that's all about why Young Living really is the best and why the farms are just amazing. I would say anybody here, like, make it a goal to at least get to one farm, because once you do, you really get to see just behind the scenes all that's involved, and then you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is totally like my precious. You can have your Gollum moment and go, my precious, oh my gosh, it's so worth it. And it really is. Okay, so I also wanted to talk about some of my favorites from the kit. So Stacy already showed you the kit, which is amazing. Love it. So when you open it, right, Stacy did a demo for you. There's 12 oils in there, and I'm going to tell you some of my favorites. So I already had one out, and it's called Raven, and I'll show it to you right there. So Raven is a blend. It's got eucalyptus, lemon, peppermint, Ravensara, and wintergreen. So it's called Raven because it's got the Ravensara in it. So again, the label or the name of the oil kind of gives you a clue on like what it is and what's in it or what it's for. So Raven is just amazing. Like, if you feel like you've got like a raspy voice, right? Maybe you're just like, oof, I need to clear some stuff up that's going on in here. That's what Raven is for. So what I love to do is make like a homemade chest rub. So like, forget your Vicks, like you don't need that anymore. So simple, just like a little dollop of like coconut oil or your favorite carrier oil, like an avocado and olive oil. I just happen to have coconut oil like pretty much in every room in the house because I love it. Just a little dollop, and then a couple of drops of Raven. And then you just kind of put it in your hands and rub it on your chest, like your back. Oh, when you do it, it's like you can just breathe so much easier. It's that eucalyptus, the wintergreen. Oh, it smells so good. And it's just so soothing in here. Or like if you've got like, like a scraggly throat, right? You're like, like clearing your throat. Oh, I love to put Raven with some carrier oil right on my, my neck as well. The other cool thing is sometimes I'll put it like along my sinuses, and oh, I can feel like I can breathe so much easier. But the thing is like, even when you're not really needing relief in that way, I also love Raven, like in the bath. I'll do some Epsom salt, like a cup of Epsom salt, maybe a teaspoon or like a dollop of coconut oil, and then add maybe 5 drops of Raven, put that in the bath. You literally feel like you're at like a 5-star spa and they're hanging eucalyptus like from the shower. Like, it smells heavenly and so relaxing. So that's Raven. Amazing. But this is a really good one to have, especially during like the winter months, right? When everybody's got that little stuff going on, you're like, oh, I got relief right here with my Raven. Okay, next up, it's one of my faves. You may notice that the oils, right? Some have a full color label and some have a white label. So the white label is just an indication that you can use it for internal purposes. Can you also use it topical or in the diffuser? Sure. Digize, I probably wouldn't do that. And let me explain to you. So do you love black licorice? Tell me in the comment box, do you love black licorice? There's like a very small percentage of people I feel like who really, really love it. My husband's one of them. So he was like, this is amazing. But Digize smells a lot like black licorice. You may not know this, but like real black licorice, I'm not talking the candy, but like real black licorice is amazing for digestion. So remember we talked about clues. Digize is for digestion. Okay, so again, gives you the clue. But Digize is a blend, and it's got tarragon, ginger, peppermint, juniper, lemongrass, anise, patchouli and fennel. It's the fennel in particular. I think it's the fennel and patchouli together. But yes, when you smell it, it's going to smell just like black licorice. So again, you may not love the smell, but here's the cool thing is even if you don't love the smell of an essential oil, it works. It works so good. What I call DiGize is the like husband or boyfriend converter, because before then they'll be like, I don't know about this essential oils thing. Oh, they had too much pizza, right? Greasy pizza or ice cream or whatever that gives them, right, an upset tummy. You give them some DiGize. This is what I do. You can put it in an empty veggie capsule, put some coconut oil in there and take it like that. I don't even mess around. I go straight to it. I'm like, all right, you had too much greasy pizza. Now it's time. And I just do like a couple of drops right under the tongue. Oh my goodness. Strong flavor, again, black licorice, but it's got a peppermint aftertaste. So it's actually quite yummy. You can even use it as like a breath mint. I kid you not, within like 15 to 20 minutes, they always come back and they go, hey, what did you just give me? Because my stomach feels a lot better. And I go, I know, it's because it's DiGize. So DiGize is amazing for all things digestion. Too much pizza, maybe you travel outside of your zip code. That's me. When I travel, like outside of my home, I'm in another town, I don't know what it is. My stomach is never happy. I always have DiGize in my purse. In fact, of all the oils, I always have DiGize in my purse. Like I love them all, but DiGize is the one where I feel like a whole vacation day could be ruined if there is no DiGize in my purse. So we always have it, in particular because we deal with like food allergies. You know, we've had different members of the family who have battled like IBS and things like that. So, you know, in particular, digestive relief is a huge, huge thing for us. But if you don't have those issues, I'm just saying, too much pizza, long car rides, high altitudes, all of those things, DiGize. Or even like, oh my gosh, I'm just bloated, or like, oh my gosh, I can feel the gurgles coming up. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you can just feel it coming up because something didn't agree with you. Maybe it was something too acidic. DiGize, like 15 to 20 minutes and you totally feel relief. And here's the cool thing. You do a couple of drops. If you feel like you need to take more, you can totally do that. But I even feel like that's enough. Now for little ones, what I would say is if they're under like 8 years old, they're not going to love the flavor unless they like black licorice. You can even take a little drop and just like put it in their belly button and try that with a little bit of carrier oil. But for the older ones, I'm like, all right, you got it. Just one drop under the tongue, you can do it, and they will do it. So that's my DiGize. What else? Let me also show you Peace and Calming. Oh my gosh. Peace and Calming is hands down probably one of my faves. So this is Peace and Calming. So Peace and Calming is a blend. It's got blue tansy, orange, tangerine, patchouli, and ylang ylang. So when you open it, it's like so hard to describe the scent. You really do smell the citrus and then like a hint of patchouli. But let me just tell you again, the name gives you a clue. Okay, Peace and Calming is literally to help you calm down. Why would you need this? Oh, I don't know. It's 5 o'clock and the kids are jumping off the wall. You're feeling stressed. You have to make dinner. It's like crazy town in the house, baby's crying, the dog's whining, like all that, right? Like all the things, Peace and Calming. I just, put it in the diffuser. I don't think we've shown this to you yet, but this is the diffuser. So this comes with the kit that we're talking about, or you can upgrade to another diffuser, but I love it. Okay, you just add water to the fill line. Don't judge me, mine's a little dirty. Then you add about 8 to 10 drops of oil. That's it. That replaces all your air fresheners, your scented candles, which by the way, did you know scented candles actually have just as much, it's like secondhand smoke. That's how many toxins are in it. Gross, right? Even the plug-in air fresheners for like wax melts, all the same because they all use artificial scents. You don't need it anymore. You use your diffuser that just takes water. That's it, water and your essential oil. So I'll put like 8 to 10 drops in my diffuser and let it go. Oh, I tell you what, every single night I have Peace and Calming in my diffuser. I like literally cannot sleep without it. It is so good. But when I'm in a pinch, maybe I'm at the grocery store and I'm like, oh my gosh, these kids are driving me nuts. I will put it on topical, smell it straight from the bottle. It is so, so good. I even love to combine this one in the diffuser with lavender or even Stress Away. Oh, it is so amazing. But this one is probably one of my go-tos, in particular when I just feel like, okay, just settle down. It's okay. Or even for the kids too, I'll put it on them and we all kind of collectively chill. It's like a chill pill in a bottle. Okay, what else can I show you? Lemon and citrus fresh. So these two are so fun. So you can see it's got the white label, okay? This is citrus fresh and this is lemon. So it's got the white label, meaning you can take it internally, but if you wanted to put it in the diffuser, you totally can. In fact, I love putting citrus oils in the diffuser because they're super uplifting. But in a nutshell, lemon is also in citrus fresh. Citrus fresh also has, your tangerine, mandarin, and a little bit of spearmint as well. So how do you use these? You can put them in your water. If you don't love drinking plain water, and maybe you do, but sometimes you like to spruce it up, you can add either or both lemon and citrus fresh. What's really cool is that with the citrus oils from Young Living, they're not steam distilled, they're cold pressed. So think about this. When you squeeze on a lemon or a grapefruit, right, you see the oil that's on the rind. That's what's in here. So think about how concentrated that is. Also, did you know that essential oils, except citrus essential oils, don't have the acid? They're not acidic like a lemon juice or a grapefruit juice, right? So the acid in lemons, for instance, right, if you're using lemon juice, it can be problemsome for some people who have a sensitive stomach, right? I know tons of people who go, I can't do lemon juice. It upsets my stomach. It's too strong. So you know what? They can do lemon or citrus fresh instead because it's made from the rind, not the juice of those citrus fruits. So cool, right? Here's the other thing about the essential oil. Because it's made from the rind, guess where all the antioxidants are? In the rind. That's what the essential oils have. In particular, they have an antioxidant called D-limonene, which is huge. It's amazing, again, for like all the things that Ningxia Red that Stacy was talking about, right? Like free radicals and helping to neutralize and just like supporting our bodies. Yep, this is it. Also helps with immune support. Again, your antioxidant. So you can even combine, and with your Ningxia Red, you can put lemon or citrus fresh right in there, and it really helps to just like spruce it up, and it smells so good. I like to also call lemon and citrus fresh cleaners, right? They're like our natural cleaners. They help to naturally kind of flush out toxins in our bodies. And guess what? If you use it topically, like for instance, on your countertops, you can clean with it too, because they're awesome cleaners. Goo Gone remover, like just build up. Like, I don't know about you, but like my oven gets filled up, right? Or just like baking dishes get filled up just because we like are in our kitchen all the time using stuff. Lemon and citrus fresh really help to degrease. So degrease inside, degrease outside, but without any harsh chemicals. I had a girlfriend who was telling me that her husband was trying to get this sticker, like you buy something and there's like a price sticker, right? Like on a glass or something. He was like scrubbing away, and just could not get the sticky residue off. And she was going at it for like 30 minutes and like getting so frustrated. She like took the glass away from him, did a couple of drops of lemon, went with some water and some like dish soap. And then she was like, here. And like, I want to say it was like 30 seconds. And he was like, what did you just do? That was amazing. You guys, citrus oils, you don't need Goo Gone, all natural, works great for degreasing. Also, you can actually use lemon to get gum out of hair. Don't ask me how I know. I just do. I have 3 boys. So you know what? And all bets are off. Anything goes here. But it's great for all things like that too. So again, antioxidant, amazing cleaner, immune booster. Put it in the diffuser. It's very like uplifting and energizing. Peppermint with lemon. Ooh, so nice in the diffuser. I love that combo. But these two are definitely ones that you want to have around. Let's see. One more is Thieves. Let me grab my Thieves. So this is Thieves. Of course, I need to end with Thieves. Thieves is one of my faves. When you open the bottle, it smells like cinnamon cookies baking in your oven. And that's because it's made with cinnamon, clove. There's also lemon, eucalyptus. It smells so good and just fantastic. Number one thing, immune support. So we talked about lemon helping to support the immune system. There's lemon in Thieves, but you can also use them together, again, in your Ningxia Red. I like to do it on a spoonful of honey. Instead of taking like a chloroseptic, right? Like a throat spray, or taking like a throat syrup or something. I like to do thieves on a spoonful of honey, or make like a wellness tea. You could do water, hot, like warm or hot water, however you like the temp, spoonful of honey, couple of drops of thieves, couple drops of lemon. Oh, I will tell you, all winter long, you're going to be the one who's going to be feeling so good because your immune system is going to be supported. It's fantastic for that. But these, in addition to all of the amazing benefits for, the immune system, is also a great cleaner, just like lemon. So you could use the two together, clean countertops, make your own household cleaner. I actually really love Thieves household cleaner. In fact, there's a whole line of Thieves products from Young Living. It's actually one of their best-selling oils. You guys, toothpaste, household cleaner, dish soap, laundry soap, pretty much everything you can think of, hand soap. So if you're like not a DIY person, sometimes I don't feel like DIY. I just buy it already done from Young Living. If you do like to DIY, you can do that too. But Thieves is fantastic for cleaning everything. That smells really good too. In fact, let me show you a couple of the Thieves products that you get in the starter kit are Thieves spray and Thieves hand sanitizer. So the hand sanitizer, what I love about it is that it kills 99.9% of germs, but it's got Thieves in it and natural ingredients. So, like sometimes with hand sanitizers, you're like, oh my gosh, this is like eating my skin away. It burns, like it hurts. Like if you use it a few times a day, you're like, oh, my skin's dried out. You're not going to get that at all with this one. It's moisturizing. Right? Also, because it's made with natural ingredients and not harsh chemicals, like you can tell by the end of the day, like your skin just feels so good, but helps to clean hands, especially on the go. Now, why would you use the sanitizer over the Thieves spray, right? Cleaning hands, right? This is for cleaning surfaces. You can clean hands with this one too, but I in particular love the spray for cleaning surfaces, right? Like going to the grocery store and like just wanting to spray the carts down, or going to a restaurant and spraying down the table. My favorite use, now I have boys, so it does get easier now as they get older, but when they were little, I would dread having to go to the public bathroom. This is all before all the stuff that's going on now, but I would just dread it because I was like, oh, please don't be number two. Please, 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 right? But I always had Thieves spray in my purse because we would spray down, right, the toilet. We would spray down the handle. That was just kind of like my saving grace, because I can be a little OCD about stuff like that. And I'd be like, wait, before we do anything, let's just, for good measure, we're just going to spray. And, because it's got Thieves in it, right, it's going to be so good. And it's going to just like keep everything at bay. And then you feel good about using whatever you need to do while you're out. And then when they're done, right, then you can use your Thieves hand sanitizer. So I love to use both of them, but those are just some of the uses for us personally. Okay, so we talked about a lot tonight, just kind of wrapping this up because we've got a few minutes left. I hope you see all the amazing things. So let me see if I can do this without everything spelling out. So you see all the bottom goodies. You see the Ningxia Red that Stacy talked about, the Thieves products, Stress Away, Peace and Calming, and the Roll-On Fit Mitts, as well as all the oils in here. So 12 oils and all those goodies, plus the diffuser. You guys, can I just tell you, diffusers, right? You think you can get a deal on Amazon, or you think Target's going to have a good deal. Let me just tell you, I did it. See, all the things that I'm explaining to you, I totally did it because I was like, oh, it must be the same, right? All the diffusers are the same. All essential oils are the same. They're not the same. The cool thing about Young Living is that all of their diffusers come with a 12-month product warranty. If anything happens to it, they'll replace the diffuser or the part, which is great. And let me just tell you, I actually have bought things like diffusers on Amazon or Target. Here's what I noticed. Doesn't last long, usually a couple of months, or it'll be like the mist. You're just like, is it coming out? I don't see anything. Like, what's happening? I don't see anything. Or it just comes here and it falls flat. Young Living diffusers, right? Like this is perfect for like a bedroom, a kitchen, like it will do the entire room. If you've got like a massive like living room, upgrade to the Aria diffuser. It is gorgeous, by the way, but it can do like even a bigger room. But that's what makes this different, is that it will actually diffuse the whole room. You won't have to be like right over the diffuser. Well, unless you want to smell and to like experience the oil. So the fact that it comes with a diffuser and that it is top grade, best diffuser you can get ever, that comes with the kit just speaks volumes. So you get all the oils, the 12 oils, plus the diffuser. And let me just tell you, if you bought everything individual, it would easily be over $400. Trust me, I priced it out because I'm totally that kind of person. I was like, how much would this cost if I got everything individual? It makes more sense to just get the kit. It's 60% off retail. How crazy is that? So it comes out to $165. Now, let me just, I did this because I totally know what you're thinking. I did the same thing. I was like, well, what if I just got a couple of oils and maybe the diffuser? It comes out retail to be at the same price as you would get at wholesale for all of this. So it's 60% off. This is the cool thing, is you also get wholesale membership included for free. So anything you want to get in the future, you unlock 24%. This is 60%, right? Because it's like a one-time special, but anything you want to get in the future is going to be 24% off. So you want to replace your lavender, your thieves, you can do that with your wholesale membership, 24% off. So cool. The other thing is that if you're in the US, you also get free shipping, right? Which is awesome. So you don't have to worry about the shipping. That's an extra $10 savings right there. Another way that you could save is enroll in what we call Essential Rewards or subscribe to save. What that means is, you know, your first order can count as your kit can count as your first order. But what that means is, like, next month you want to replace and add a thieves or a lavender, you can totally do that. So it's a monthly auto ship program, but you get to choose exactly what you want in it. You don't get stuck with anything. All you need to do is just, you know, put whatever you want in there and boom, right? That's it. You're all set. But the cool thing is that your first, this PSK here, that's what you call it, the starter kit, counts as your first order. So if you enroll in Essential Rewards right off the bat, you're going to earn points back, 10 ER points, which is awesome. And then next month, you can choose exactly what you want to put in there. So that's the really cool thing about the auto ship program, is you're earning 10 to 25% back in points. By your fourth month, you're already earning 20% back. Hello, 20%, Target, right? Any other store that you're shopping at, maybe 5%, maybe if you've got the red card, right? But that's not the case here. You don't need to get a special credit card or sign up for anything. It's just you getting your starter kit and you enrolling in Essential Rewards, which is optional. You can choose not to do it, but I highly recommend doing it. Okay, so what is next is, let me just tell you, in addition to wanting to get your kit, you also get entree into our fabulous community. So can I just tell you, who you sign up with really matters, okay? Because you get Stacy and I, you also get the person who invited you to this workshop. They will be able to help you. They will be able to guide you. When I got that bottle of tea tree, nobody helped me. It wasn't like the guy that was, you know, checking me out at the store was like, hey, let me show you how to use this. I had no idea what I was doing. And I definitely felt like I was on an island. Like, what do I do now? I don't know what to do. You don't, that's the thing with you. When you join with us, you get entree into our amazing community. We've got it on Facebook. We also have text classes. We have workshops every single week to help you learn how to use your oils. We do lots of workshop on other Young Living products as well. But again, you also get this amazing community. You have a question about how to use something, ask it in our lively Facebook group. Testimonials, videos. You can even have access to old workshops that we've done before. And it's just amazing, just a plethora of information. So you never feel like you're on your own. You're going to get all of that, right? No additional fee for that. It's just when you get your starter kit, you get entry into all of that, which is awesome. Okay, so what is next is get back with the person who referred you to this workshop tonight and say, I'm ready. I want this. Let's do it. They will give you a link or will show you how to sign up on the Young Living website. And once you do that, super easy to check out, just takes a couple of minutes. Get your kit, choose your diffuser, choose to enroll on Essential Rewards. Again, I highly recommend it just because you're getting like 10 bucks back just right there. And then once you do that, you get access to all the amazing content, community, workshops, everything. And there's lots of really cool things coming up over the next couple of months with our community as well. So Super excited for all of you. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Huge thank you to Stacy, who is just a phenomenal teacher. She is awesome. And thank you to you for being here. So get back with the person who invited you. Tell them thank you so much. I learned so much in this class. I loved it. And then say, I am ready to get my kit. Help me sign up, and they will show you how to do it. Cannot wait to see you in our community. And thank you so much for being with us tonight. Bye, everybody.